Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis of gold and silver. We're going to do a logarithmic chart from a long, big perspective today. We're not going to be so zoomed in. So we're going to take a step back, look at everything from big picture view, and we'll get a nice, good picture of what's going on. I'm going to do that with all of the charts this session in terms of gold, uranium, and oil and stuff like that. So let's dive in. Let's take a look. This is the dollar. The dollar, it's just hitting its head on this. This is from a monthly candlestick view. Got a little bit of resistance where that white line is. And we're getting a little bit of a, I don't know. So sometimes you can look at this as a bloody nose. Sometimes you can look at this as a reversal pattern. Again, I don't like trying to tell or predict the price movements, but we're up against a resistance line. We are trying to break through it to the upside, and if it can't break through it, we'll see it bounce and head lower. At this time, we're right up against that resistance line, and we're just coming off, backing off of it. The 10-year yield is also up against a resistance line. It's this white line going across. Hit it through there, hit it through there. We hit it over here as well. Kind of bounced around it. So it's a little resistance area. It looks like we're getting caught up in that resistance area, and we're bouncing back lower. Will this be sustainable and we head lower for a while? It could be. I don't think it will be a long-term decline. I think that we'll maybe ease off a little bit, and then we'll see if we head back up higher and break through this trend line. Looking at gold itself, we were down a little bit today, but we've got a nice good hammer pattern from a monthly perspective, bouncing off this support line, the downtrend support line. So looking at this from a big long-term perspective, looks really good. Looks good to go higher. Silver, another one that's putting in a nice big hammer candlestick, that nice wick at the bottom, probably scared a lot of people out. Again, it's sitting on support now. And when looking at this, it actually looks good. It doesn't look bad at all. And we're sitting on top of this support trend line there. So we're well above that. We broke out of that. We're just consolidating sideways. We went a little bit lower. This would have been a buying opportunity. And we are back above the support line. So that looks good. And then looking at from a big perspective of platinum, and again, this is logarithmic. I drew this non-logarithmic, but basically what we've got, if we draw it through here on a logarithmic pattern, is we've broken out. We're doing a retest. We're just grinding the retest here. We're bumping and grinding the line, so to speak, and we've got this nice descending wedge pattern that's forming. And I think eventually we'll get to the tip of this, and playing the game of just the tip, you're going to get the whole enchilada soon, and we're going to go higher here. That's my guess. XAU to gold. Looking at the big picture view, wow, this has got a lot of stuff going on. We don't want to look at ratios and log. There's no point of doing that. But there's a downtrend here all the way coming down that we have to break. It's a big, long trend line, the white trend line there. And we've got to break out of that. We hit our head on it here. We came on back. This is a big boy trend line. I do think that we'll explode out of this and probably set some really good returns after we break out of this downtrend in the XAU to gold ratio. We just haven't broken out of the downtrend yet. That's the white line I'm looking at. Got 3 nice punches on it so far. Looking at the companies themselves, this is a back test or retest of this breakout for Karora Resources. Still looks good right where it's at. EXK, a declining wedge that we're still forming in a big picture view. FSM, another one that had a huge declining wedge pattern. We've broken out of that, and we're just putting wicks on big monthly candlesticks. So I think eventually we'll work our way higher here at any point. SILJ, another one that's in a big pattern. We've broken out. We're kind of doing our retest, and that's usually, that's where we're at. We're doing the retest. GDX, another one that has broken out of its long-term resistance area. Get that out of there. Broken out, doing kind of a consolidation here. Broke out of that, doing a retest of that, and we'll see what happens. Looks good, actually. Metallic minerals just moving sideways below this large kind of double bottom pattern, we could head lower before heading higher. That is a possibility. If this is a double bottom, we could head, down to levels that are really low. That would be an excellent buying opportunity if we were to do that. But again, guys, this is a lot riskier play. Just let it kind of fizzle out. Koya Resources, not much to really see there. Discovery Silver, there's the big picture there, view there. I don't know what this necessarily is. We had an increasing kind of wedge pattern that fell and broke to the downside. We are consolidating, and hopefully we can get some traction there. AG, we are still in this massive pattern. It's very low. We got very low here on the low end of this pattern. That's usually when you want to be soaking up some shares in the good old account. Newmont's sitting on top of its large breakout. There it is, of this big old breakout. So that actually doesn't look too bad from the big boy perspective. Mag Silver, we had broken out, and we're kind of just back testing, retesting, basically fading slightly lower with Mag Silver back within the pattern, but we'll see what happens next. AUY, again, we're trying to break out of this resistance line, and we keep hitting our head on it. And that's where we're at. We're right below the big resistance line, and if we can break through here, I think we'll see probably a big move higher. Impact Silver, another one on a big perspective. Looks like we're coming back and doing a retest within the pattern. I thought we were going to break here. I was hoping for a break, but we didn't get that. We came all the way back and did a retest. I still own this, guys. I don't own a ton, but I do own it. Well, it's probably not a ton because I was hoping we could break. But we're coming back doing a retest. That's a good spot to be looking at it. Aftermath Silver, another one it's still heading lower. Actually, let me see the daily. I thought it was down a lot. Looks like it's got a hammer candlestick, and we'll see if these things hold. But overall, we're still doing this double booty bottom. Usually you get a portion here, then you do your double bottom, and that's what we're doing. PLG getting jiggy with it. Nice big hammer pattern forming here. This is probably the beginning of a move that's about to go higher. I do own this. It's not my largest of holdings, but I do own it. You got the little lead in, then you get a double bottom, and we're putting in that double bottom, and then eventually we'll break, hopefully higher on this thing. Siboney Stillwater, nice little hammer pattern there on the big picture view. This little support line is holding, so it looks good. The royalty companies, Sandstorm Gold, and again, we're going to stay out there, big picture view. And some of these trend lines were drawn in non-logarithmic fashion. But there we are. We're trying to break. We're consolidating sideways. We're going to try to break out of here soon. This is a nice big hammer pattern. I think it looks excellent here. Looks excellent. Franco-Nevada, another one that looks really good. It's just coming to the tip. Once we break the tip will be broken, and we head on up. EMX, slightly coming on back. We have a nice good support underneath here. So we've broken out. Now we're doing kind of a retest move. If that line ever decides to show up. There's that line coming across. Teuton Resources, another one that's heading back. We've broken out of this bad boy here. Maybe it comes back a little bit more. Maybe it doesn't. But nice big move higher there. That's the Tudor Gold coming out with their findings, and they own a 20% stake in it. Wheaton Precious Metals up above its pattern here, so we're on top of this big old pattern. Consolidated, broke out of that. This looks really good for a move higher. Looks really good. Gold Royalty just getting slaughtered here. I still own it from my Ely Gold shares, but I'm not selling it. I'm just going to hold on to it. Metalla Royalty, another one that's got this long-term uptrend line. It's just poking out below. We'll see if the buyers come in and push it on higher, or if we get sold off. We do have these large down months that aren't making it look as favorable, but MMX, Mavericks Metals, let me get right there, doing auto. Came on up, squeezed up a little bit, broke out of it, going sideways at the moment. Royal Gold, RGLD. This guy's just in one large uptrend. Can extend that all the way back, basically, and it's in a big uptrend, continuing to go in an uptrend fashion. This is a reverse head and shoulders, probably one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. Then you break it and it just keeps rolling higher. Cisco Gold royalties. Let's get this thing scaled. We're just squeezing on up, and that's what we've got. We're squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. There we go. Oh, I could maybe do just a little bit low right there. Squeezing on up, and it's within the pattern. Looks good to me. And we got support underneath it going sideways as well. And then Altius Minerals, we're right on support from the monthly perspective. Still looks great. Big hammer pattern. Looks like we're going to head higher eventually at some point. Looks good. Remember, these are all monthly candlesticks. So the big picture view looks good for all of them. They all look to be in pretty good spots. Would I be a buyer in gold and silver? I would. I would. Remember, guys, I am ultra patient, and I am willing to accumulate these things when they're on support lines, when they are cheap. That is when you buy. You don't want to buy and chase things. You want to buy things when they're down and haven't really gone already. They haven't really moved. You can't use price as a validation. You kind of have to just sit in them and wait. And I've been accumulating in my 401k these companies. I've been accumulating the mutual fund that I own in the gold and silver mining companies. And I just kind of add into it. You know, and I buy in my individual stuff. I've been buying more kind of uranium type companies and some on this pullback when they released those strategic reserves. I added a couple more oil companies. If you're on the website, you definitely know which ones those are. I've made those clear on which ones I like. And gold and silver, I've kind of just been plopping more in the 401k and the royalty companies. A couple of my favorite royalty companies. If you're on the website, you know what those are too. The platinum membership. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website. The platinum membership gets you access to absolutely everything. And yeah, we'll do a meeting this weekend. I've been trying to figure out a time that'll work. I may have to run it in the afternoon. Maybe I can get some different people to attend it. And it'll be Saturday. I'm just trying to figure out the time. I don't know if I can make it in the morning. So I might have to delay it back because I've got some things I have to do. I have to basically run someone to the airport if you want to know. All right, guys. We'll catch you later. This is Finding Value, and keep trucking forward, guys.